fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The stench of burning fuel and iron-rich blood clings to the bunker's stagnant air, a metallic tang that coats my tongue, a dark echo of pleasure. Each breath hitches as my leather corset constricts with a frantic rhythm. My bare, chilled fingers trace the cold steel of the munition feed, gloves lost hours ago, along with any semblance of control. A scream is abruptly silenced, sending a tremor through me, human, and the scent. It stirs something unwelcome, a heat pooling low in my belly that has nothing to do with fear. I think to myself, what is wrong with me? Why am I reacting this way? But my mind is a jumble of emotions, and I push the thoughts aside, focusing on the task at hand. Hold the line, no exceptions, crackles in my ear, a meaningless drone against the frantic pulse between my thighs. The concrete walls shudder with each explosion, the vibrations a perverse caress. I shouldn't have been watching Kale, the way his muscles bunched and released with each shot, sweat plastering his shirt to his skin. But I was. I couldn't help but notice the way his eyes narrowed, his jaw clenched as he fired round after round. When the door bursts inward, it isn't death that enters, it's Lysander. Framed by fire, he is a god of destruction, his leathers molded to every dangerous curve. A pauldron is missing, revealing a collarbone stained crimson, a brutal beauty that steals my breath. My rifle feels suddenly heavy, useless. He moves with a predator's grace, hips swaying, the scent of bergamot iron and something utterly primal washing over me, weakening my knees. Behind me, Kale's breathing deepens, a low rumble in his chest. I don't need to turn to know his gaze has locked onto Lysander, his usual dominance shifting into something possessive. I can feel his eyes on me too, and I know he's waiting for my reaction. A terrifying realization dawns. We aren't defending anything. We are being chosen, and I caught between them am the prize. I think back to how this all started, how Kale and I were paired together, how we worked seamlessly as a team. But now, with Lysander here, everything feels different. The air is charged with tension, and I can feel the weight of their gazes on me. Lysander takes a step closer, his eyes locked on mine, and I feel a shiver run down my spine. Well, he says, his voice low and husky. What do we have here? Kale steps forward, his rifle still clutched in his hand. Lysander, he growls, what are you doing here? Lysander's gaze never leaves mine. I'm here for her, he says, his voice dripping with possessiveness. I feel a surge of fear mixed with something else, something that I don't want to acknowledge. Kale's eyes narrow, his jaw clenched. You'll have to go through me first, he says, his voice low and deadly. Lysander smiles, a cold, calculating smile. I'm counting on it, he says. The air is thick with tension, and I know that things are about to escalate. I think to myself, what have I got myself into? But before I can react, Lysander speaks again. You see, I've been watching you, watching the way you move, the way you fight, and I have to say I'm impressed. His eyes lock on mine, and I feel a jolt of electricity run through my body. You're a formidable opponent, one who deserves a worthy partner. He glances at Kale, and I can see the challenge in his eyes. And I think I can offer you that. Kale's face darkens, his eyes flashing with anger. You think you can just waltz in here and take her from me? He growls. Lysander shrugs. I'm not taking her from you, Kale. I'm offering her a choice. He turns back to me, his eyes burning with intensity. You see, I know what you want, I know what you need, and I can give it to you. I feel a shiver run down my spine as he speaks, his words dripping with promise. I think to myself, what is he talking about? What does he think I want? But before I can react, Kale speaks up. She doesn't need anything from you, he says, his voice low and possessive. Lysander smiles again, his eyes glinting with amusement. Oh, but I think she does, he says, and I think she knows it too. He takes a step closer, his eyes locked on mine, and I feel a surge of fear mixed with anticipation. What is he going to do? What does he want from me? I think to myself, I should be afraid, I should be running, but my feet feel rooted to the spot. And then he speaks again. You see, I know your secrets, your desires, and I can give them to you. His voice is low and husky, and I feel a shiver run down my spine. I think to myself, what secrets is he talking about? What desires? But before I can react, he continues. I can give you the freedom to be who you are, to do what you want, and I can give you the protection you need, the safety you crave. Words are like a siren's call, tempting me with promises of freedom and safety. And I know that I'm not the only one who's tempted. Kale's eyes are fixed on me, his face dark with concern. And I know that he's wondering, what am I going to do? Am I going to take Lysander up on his offer, or am I going to stay with Kale? I think to myself, what do I want? What do I need? And the answer is, I don't know. All I know is that I'm caught between two men who want me, who need me. And I have to make a choice.